Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you're all staying safe, right? Now, I'm going to start with Lesson 10 Winter. Page number 71. So, I hope you all have your textbooks in front of you. So, please open page number 71, Lesson 10 Winter. Okay, so as usual, you have your activity even here in your page number 71. So please just complete the activity and send it to us. Your duty to complete that. Now let's start with 72, page number 72. So again, this is a poem. I'll read it once, then explain it to you. So when I'm reading, just point your fingers over the lines, whichever I'm going through. It's the name of this poem is Winter, right? So it's a very common word. We know what is a winter, right? We all face winter every year, right? We'll have every year the winter season, and it's very we call it usually a lazy time, right? We all become so lazy during those the stretch of winter season, right? Because it's very chill, we don't feel to wake up in the morning, and we don't have any mood to do anything. We just wanted to sleep or sit in one corner just like a potato, right? Just just sit there doing nothing. So that's how winter is. We all feel so we want to always seek for coziness somewhere, and we just uh, want to sit somewhere doing nothing. So that's how winter goes. So this is a poem which is explaining about winter. So first of all, let's read the introduction and then we'll go into the poem. Winter means foggy skies. Sorry. Winter means foggy skies, snow covered trees, Christmas, and the forthcoming thrill of a new year for most people. Read and enjoy this poem, which describes winter. So it's the correct time which I'm taking this poem, right? Because this is a winter season and it's nearing to Christmas, and also, nearing to New Year as well, right? Yeah. So this poem is basically about winter, and usually winter means they have explained as it is, right? We have a lot of foggy skies, right? The sky is completely filled with fog and mist, right? It looks so dull actually. Snow covered trees, actually in all now in this region of our country there is no snowfalls. Only in the northern places you can find snowfalls, right? So they are giving a general knowledge about the entire earth, okay? The whole world, okay? So it's a general poem, so they have included that also. So snowy covered trees you would have seen, right? In movies or in your cartoons and all, you can see it's completely the trees and all would be covered with snow. Christmas and the forthcoming thrill of a new year for most people. Yeah, of course, right? Because December, that is the winter season, starts from December, right? Actually, November ending will start shivering, and it extends up to Jan end or Feb sometimes. So the entire season, it's actually full of thrill because we have Christmas, we have New Year, right? And everybody would be in that joy. So yeah. let's see how the poem is describing winter here. A wrinkled crabbed man, they picture thee, old winter with a rugged beard as grey. As the long moss upon the apple tree, blue lipped and eyes drop at thy sharp blue nose. Close muffled up, and on thy dreary way, plodding along through sleet and drifting snows, they should have drawn thee by the high-hepped hearth. Old winter, seated in thy great armchair, watching, watching the children at their Christmas mirth, or circled by them as thy lips declare some merry jest or tale of murder dire, or troubled spirit that disturbs the night, pausing at times to rouse the mouldering fire, or taste the old October brown and bright. It's written by Hobart Southey. So I know this poem is a bit tricky words, like a lot of trickier words are there, hard words you can see, which you're probably not at all used to, right? So it's fine. We'll figure the meaning out, how it is and what it is, what is the meaning of those words. Write it down then and there, as I tell you. Though the meanings are given, it's better to write wherever the words are, just underline and write on top, because almost every line has its a different word, right? A difficult word. So let's start. Let's make it easy. A wrinkled crabbed man, they picture thee. So in the very first line, we can see that the winter is personified as an crab man. Okay, crab man, like a man. Okay, so personification means making anything, or imagining anything into a person. Okay, a human, maybe thing or animal. Now it's a season, right? It's winter is being personified as some man. So what have they told? How are they describing winter? They are describing that a wrinkled crabbed man they picture. The crab means bad tempered. Okay, crab means bad temper, and wrinkled means the skin and all is wrinkled. Wrinkle meaning it's an old man, right? Yeah. So they're comparing this winter season to a wrinkled crab means short tempered. Okay, short tempered man. Okay, they're picturizing this winter as a wrinkled, short tempered man. Old winter with a rugged beard as gray. So they have already mentioned clearly old winter. So they are already calling the winter as old. So they're basically personifying winter as an old man, right? So old winter with a rugged beard as gray. Rugged means uneven or rough. So they're personifying again the winter as an old man who has an uneven beard, gray beard. That means gray is nothing but white. Okay, we don't say white hair. We just say gray hair. Okay, yeah. So it's gray beard means white beard. Bear, you know the bear, right? The uh, men's, old man's, or even men's have beard. So that's called gray beard means, because all like already we know that they are referring to an old man. So it's the winter is having a, a rug means a rough or uneven white beard. That means gray beard. Okay. As the long as the long moss upon the apple tree, blue-lipped and eyes drop at at thy sharp blue nose. So Again, they are trying to describe the winters, how it look. Okay, so as the long moss upon the apple tree. So usually these apple trees will have what are moss. Moss are nothing but something like algae. Okay, or you can say fungi, algae, all those types. Okay, it's called moss. You would actually see them basically on most of the trees when it's wet, or also on the the walls, where you can see sometimes when it has very that moisture uh, surroundings. Okay, moisture filled surroundings, you may see them growing on the walls also. So as how the moss is growing on an apple tree trunk, similarly it looks how the blue lipped and eyes drop at thy sharp blue nose. So it's they're trying to uh, personify the winter, telling how the moss looks on the tree trunk, no, the apple tree trunk. Similarly, does it's it looks like it has a blue nose, and the completely, the eyes drops are covered over the nose, the long nose. So they are comparing, like you can just imagine, it's completely the blue and white color, right? It's very moody color. When usually when we have cold seasons or the winter seasons, even our sky are all gloomy, right? Because it's completely blue, gray, and white background we have. Similarly, they're trying to explain that to how winter looks like. So it has a blue nose which is covered with that ice, drop of ice is on it. Close muffled up and on thy dreary way. So it's wearing a muffler, mufflers where we wear. Yeah. So there he's, the poet is trying to tell us that the winter is wearing like a close muffled up. It's so trying to make it warm itself by wearing mufflers and on thy dreary way. Dreary is dull or boring way. So the entire winter is looking so dull and bored, and so it's trying to wear some mufflers on it. Plodding along through sleet and drifting snow. Plodding means walking slowly. Along through sleet and drifting snow. Sleet means half frozen rain. Yeah. So how the winter looks usually, plodding along, again walking slowly. Winter is moving on slowly through sleet is half frozen rain. How is the winter going on? First, it's very cold, and then it's frozen rains occur, and then drifting snows, finally ending up in snowing. So that's the way it's taking. They should have drawn thee by the high hept hearth. So the poet is telling thee means you. Okay, the poet is telling that they should have drawn this winter by the high hept hearth. High hept hearth. Hearth is nothing but floor in front of a fireplace. So usually all these pictures you can see in an some, either in some cartoons or some English pictures. You can see they all have hearths, because the north places, or no, the abroad have your America or others would have always a snow time, right? The winter season. So they all have a hearth in their home. Hearth is nothing but where you can, light up some fire uh, to get that warmth. So they are trying to tell that, the poet is trying to tell that actually they should take this winter and keep it near that hearth, that near that firework, where to get that warmth. Old winter seated in thy grey armchair. So again, the poet is telling old winter, you please go sit on that chair, where usually the old people go sit, near that hearth to get warm and to feel cozy. So similarly, he's telling winter to get, you're so old winter, right? Already he's explaining or personifying as an old winter, old man. So please go sit on that chair. Watching the children at their Christmas mirth. Okay, so what should the winter do after sitting on the chair? He has to watch. The winter has to watch how the children are enjoying the Christmas and their joy of that Christmas mirth is nothing but happiness. Okay, how the children are happily running around and playing in this Christmas time. So he's asking winter to sit on the chair and watch all these children, or circle by them as thy lips declare. So, or just you can sit on the chair so that the children, just go around the chair and they play, and you can just keep on watching all of them. Some merry jest or tale of murder died. Some merry jest. Jest is nothing but a joke. Or tale of murder dire. Dire is extremely serious or terrible. So either you can just keep on see how what do children do usually. They just play around and they either make some fun, or they just create or cook up some stories which are always having some scary stories or some dangerous like some crime stories and all. They just cook up, right? You also, when you sit with your friends, when you have a gang, a group of students, and you just have free time, you just cook up stories, right? You to enjoy, you just start telling some stories. Similarly, he is asking Victor to go sit on that chair and either see them playing around or around you, or also you can hear their fun as well as their cooked up these serious stories, crime stories. Or troubled spirit that disturbs the night, pausing at times to rouse the moldering fire. Okay, so here either you can hear those, or these crime stories, or also you can sometimes hear them talking about these horror stories which are the spirit that disturbs the night. That means spirits is nothing but a horror kind of uh, the stories, right? The spirits are nothing but always when we say a spirit, we get that horror mood, right? So either you can hear funny stories or fun-filled stories, or the crime stories, or the horror stories that the children are cooking up there. Pausing at times to rouse the moldering fire. Moldering means decaying gradually. So you can just pause. You can see them pausing some time to rouse the moldering fire. That means when the fire is actually the all the that wood which they had lit up the fire with has already decayed. That means it's already lit up. It's consumed completely. The new fire, the new woods have to be put there, right, to increase again the flame and to continue the fire to light up again, right? So there'll be just a break for some time when if the fire goes down and the wood is completely consumed. So there would be a pause and they again refill it. Like they keep more firewoods and they start again to get more warmth, right? Yeah. And or taste the old October brown and bright. So he's again finally telling that you can just sit there and finally taste the old October brown and bright. So after from December, என்ன இந்த meaning? இல்ல. Or taste the old October brown and bright. So basically, again, the poet is telling winter to just remember those days when October was going on, the season where it was bright and brown, right? So he's asking the winter to just have a rewind of how the October was, and you just go in the memories of October is what he's trying to convey. So basically, what poet is trying to say is he's first personified winter, and he's giving some suggestions to winter how the winter should go about the winter season and what he has to do. What did the first of all? I'll just repeat it. The poet started first of all personifying winter as an old man, right? He had wrinkles all over and he was short tempered. And then he says he had been old, and also he was having a rugged bed, that means very uneven gray bed. And then he says his character, how it looked like. He had a blue color completely, a blue body with a blue nose, on top of which there was some snow ice that has been just spread over. And also he had worn some close muffles up, that means some mufflers. And also uh, on the Die Trevi way, that means on that boarding day, he's asking him to, make up himself by wearing some mufflers. And also, plodding along through sheets and drifting snow. That means is again explaining you had been traveling from the walking slowly from season of winter, starting season of winter. Then you have entered the frozen rains, and then finally it's completely snowing. So you've entered all these stages. So keep yourselves a bit warm. Then they should have drawn thee by the high heft hearth. So again, he's telling they should have actually just drawn you means they should have taken you near the hearth. Hearth is again where the fire woods are burning, right? The place to get warm. Yeah. So they should have taken you near the fire works, that firewoods, right? And give you some warmth. And or what you can do is you should go sit on that big armchair, right? So that you can take some rest near that hearth, keeping yourself warm. And what he has to do sitting there, he says you can see children's running around, having happily singing and dancing around in this Christmas time, and you can enjoy seeing their happiness. Also you can hear them creating stories of some funny stories or some crime stories or sometimes even horror stories. And then also he says, um, pausing at times, and sometimes in between there would be a pause, that whenever the firewoods are completely taken, consumed, and the fire blows down, then again there would be a pause in them, and then just put some more firewoods to increase the fire and the warmth in that room, right? And also finally he says, or you can just go sit there and just keep imagining or remembering the old October, which had already passed on, right? The previous October, where it was brown and bright. You just keep imagining or thinking about the October. So he's giving a suggestion to winter how the winter should go along. And it's written by Robert Southey. So what you have to do, I know it's a bit difficult poem. So go through the lines again and again, once or twice, underline the words, write down the meanings on top of it, and then again go through the poem. It's very important and also difficult as well. So make it easy and try to learn. Okay, children? So I hope you have understood. Go through the poem, revise it again and again, write out the meanings, practice them, and send us the activity. Okay, children? So take care. Let's meet in the next class. Till then, bye.